Let's read our prompt for this paired passage. The author of text 2, most likely, how would he respond to the underlined portion of the text? So we need to focus on this underlined portion that says something about the bees. In a study of insect behavior, Samadi Galagi and colleagues presented bumblebees with small wooden balls and observed many of the bees clinging to, rolling, and dragging the objects. The researchers provided no external rewards, such as food, to encourage these interactions. The bees simply appeared to be playing, and for no other reason than because they were having fun. Okay, do they really know they were having fun? But they did it on their own, right? Okay, so text 2 is probably going to say text 1 is reading too much into the situation, would be my guess. Insects do not have cortexes or other brain areas associated with emotions in humans. Still, Galpayagi and her team have shown that bumblebees may engage in play. Possibly experiencing some kind of positive emotional state. Other studies have suggested that bees experience negative emotional states, for example, stress. But, as Galpayagi and her team have acknowledged, emotions in insects, if they do indeed exist, are likely very rudimentary. Okay? So text 2, actually, I take that back. It was wrong. It's actually kind of agreeing. The bees are definitely playing, and perhaps because they're having fun. They're having an emotional state despite a small brain. I'm not sure why that's important. Doesn't really say. So let's see what answer that would be. It's not disagreement for sure. A, by objecting, wouldn't be objecting that the bees were actually experiencing a negative feeling. No, that's absolutely incorrect. By arguing, again, text 2 is not negative. Arguing is definitely negative. Some insects other than bumblebees we never mention any insects other than bumblebees. B is wrong. C, by pointing out that even humans sometimes struggle to have fun while engaging in play. Well, that was really not the point. That humans struggle? No, we were really focused on insects. That's not right. A, B, and C are wrong. It's going to have to be D. By noting that if the bees were truly playing, any positive feelings they may have experienced were probably quite basic because they had the small brains. Yeah, that's probably right. They may engage in play, experience some kind of emotional state. Text 2 does say that, right? Still, our team has shown insects do not have brains associated. They're just saying they don't have brains big enough for emotions. So D is the correct answer. Let's read the actual question prompt for this paired passage. How would the author of text 1 most likely regard the situation presented in the underlined sentence in text 2? So again, we're focused on this particular underlined section, which seems to be doubting something yet. Okay, let's read. Text 1. Although food writing is one of the most widely read genres in the United States, literary scholars have long neglected it. And within this genre, cookbooks attract the least scholarly attention of all, regardless of how well written they may be. So cookbooks are disrespected as literature. This is especially true of works dedicated to regional U.S. cuisines whose complexity and historical significance are often overlooked. So especially sort of local cuisines, American food gets the least scholarly attention. Okay, text 2. With her 76 cookbook, The Taste of Country Cooking, Edna Lewis popularized the refined Southern cooking. So this is, domestic, exactly what's really overlooked in text 1. She had grown up within Freetown, an all-black community in Virginia. She also set a new standard for cookbook writing. The recipes and memoir passages interspersing them are written in prose more elegant than that of most novels. She was truly a writer and an artist making the cookbook. Yet, despite its inarguable value as a piece of writing, Lewis's masterpiece has received almost no attention from literary scholars. Okay, so we have an example. We have a claim in text 1, and we have an example basically of that in text 2. So let's see what our correct answer is. Text 1 would say, yeah, you're proving my point. That would be my guess, something like that. Okay, A, as typical, because scholars are dismissive of literary works that achieve popularity. No, nothing about popularity, right? That was never really discussed in the text. B, as unsurprising. Yeah, well, they wouldn't be surprised, text 1, because this is an example of text 1. Text 2, that is. Because scholars tend to overlook the literary value of food writing in general and of regional cookbooks in particular. That looks really good. I'm going to check that and hold on to it. Let's just check C and D. C, as justifiable. No, definitely not justifiable. Because Lewis incorporated memoir into the testing, thus undermining its status as a cookbook, no, that's absolutely in opposition to the actual idea created here in the text. D, as inevitable because the Taste of Country Cooking was marketed to readers of food writing and not to readers of other genres. Okay, so it never said anything about who it was marketed to. That seems something that could be plausible, but it's not the point, and it's not evidenced in the passage. B is the correct answer. It's unsurprising because, again, she made the claim that scholars overlook the literary value of food writing, especially domestic food writing, and text 2 is an example of that, so she would not be surprised.